luckily we had a building, so it's really just a matter of putting cabinetry, stuff like that inside. This looks very odd, I know. This is actually going to be the locker building location and also the entrance to the garage. So unlike Rocky Farm, excellent. Obviously, for another house
There's a great daughter there. Miss her, too.
station, making a right, and then that's the first lift hill there, coming down, and then you'll come over the maintenance building there, which that's the original Drachenfire maintenance building. And then you'll make your way across the train tracks out to the village where you guys just were. Second lift really starts, right there at the train tracks, and then kind of make your final journey. There will be some theming and storytelling on this side as well. Not as many buildings like the village, but some other kind of storytelling pieces. And then back into the station. 2 trains. 20 people per train, 42-inch height requirement. Someone asked what they thought the throughput was. That's always a moving target, but certainly north of 500, probably in the 700 to 800 range. There's the theoretical capacity, and then there's what you can actually get. But we're probably in the 600-700 range on the capacity. But yeah, here to answer any questions that you guys might have about the ride and anything that we haven't filled in for you yet. Yes. We do.
What was the best answer? You mentioned some storytelling elements. And obviously you're probably keeping some quiet or secret or surprise, I guess. Will we see something like what we saw with Loch Ness Monster? Maybe an appearance of the wolf itself?
As far as like in the ride, is there
a statue like there is for Loch Ness?
Yeah. Yes, there are some things planned. There's some things planned around some audio features. I don't know if you have talked about that, but there is onboard audio, so kind of a soundtrack as you're going through the ride. But yes, it'll be very kind of wolf centric. Not a wolf in the way that the kind of giant Loch Ness sculpture. So not as much in that way, but some other storytelling elements there.
Very cool. Thank you.
What inspired bringing back the Big Bad Wolf thing after all the years?
It's probably, for me, it's the ride that people ask me about the most or mention. You got the Big Bad Wolf, Le Mans still comes up quite a bit, and maybe a few others, but it's always the one that people talk about. We loved it. That was our first ride. We remember it so well. And, was there an opportunity to kind of build on that legacy, and what's kind of the next generation of that? Because it's been gone now for whatever it is, 13, 14 years. So, any teenager that you see at the park, they don't really even know what it was at this point. So, can you bring it to kind of the next, generation? Not replicate it per se, but what's kind of the next version, and ultimately, that's what this has become. So, I think when you have such a great theme, such a great IP, you really want to kind of take advantage of it and leverage it. So, excited of how this has all kind of come together. Any other questions I can answer for you?
When will merchandise start dropping? There's like a jacket and a shirt right now.
Yeah,
look at that hoodie right there.
This was I don't know. Someone gave this to me for free. I was happy. Now this was a gift to our maintenance team actually at the end of last year. So very soon. It's kind of trickling in now, but really strong line of some great merch stuff. So yeah, over the next 30, 60 days you'll see more. In the ride photo building that we talked about at the beginning, definitely have some retail presence there as well. But yeah, definitely I mentioned the other group, anticipate a spring opening. We'll dial that in over the next month or so. someone asked about kind of the weather and what has done to us. Certainly hasn't helped. I wouldn't say it's delayed us per se, but as you would imagine, between the snow and some of the washouts that we have doesn't make the job easier, but hasn't necessarily changed the schedule significantly. You know, there's ways to make it up, but hopefully we got a good, nice stretch of weather coming that will keep us going toward our opening day. But members will be first to ride. We will definitely do plenty of member ride time, you know, in anticipation of opening. So look for that as well.
So
Yes.
with the Wolf's Revenge opening this year, are there any hints to future projects?
Yes, working on you know, a 2026 project right now. It's not a lot to share at the moment. The interesting question came up before of, you know, asking about that space, what it used to be. You're finding new space to put things. You know, that is getting more difficult as time goes on. But going through that right now with the 26 project. I have a aerial view of the park on the wall in my office, and constantly like, well, what if we, because or run out of space. And in some cases, it's not even space, it's usable space. So in the middle of the park, you know, there's plenty of area, but a lot of it is ravines. Of course, we have the Colonial Pipeline running right through the park, which poses some challenges. You can develop on that, but only in certain ways. So if you can build great attractions with, you know, 80-foot ravines, then it's no problem. But it's challenging to find some decent flat land to do some things. So, but we're working through it, and got some really interesting ideas around 2026, and so excited where that could potentially go.
Stand off the stranger.
You know, stuff like that. I like